Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Podcast and Chill. I'm Leo, and today, no Gwen. Yeah, she's busy today, so it's just your Leo. But hey, don't you dare click away. I have many good things to share with you. So let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who's always broke but still smiling? They don't have much, yet they wake up excited, full of energy. And then there's someone else, rich, comfortable, but always complaining about how unfair life is. What's the difference? Well, it's not luck or money, it's the mindset. Being rich in your mind means you wake up thinking, all right, today has some problems, but I can do something about it. A poor mindset says, ugh, why even try? Everything's already bad. So today, let's laugh a little, think a lot, and find out which mindset you have. And learn how to think like a rich person, not in money, but in mind. Let's go! Okay, first, what does it really mean to have a rich mindset? People with this mindset don't see life as a fight they have to win. Nah, they see it as a tower they're building, and yes, they have problems just like everyone else. But when trouble comes, they don't scream and run away. They're like, hello problem, my old friend. They take a breath, look at the problem, and say, okay, cool. What can I learn here? What is my next move? I love that these people are so curious. They are not scared of new things. They like to say, I don't know how to do this yet. That little word, yet? It's tiny, but powerful. It's like Wi-Fi for your brain. It helps you find new chances. They believe they can grow. They know no one's born great at anything. Everyone starts awkward, fails first, then grows. It's the rule of the game. And they do something very important. They take action, even when things aren't perfect. Because progress doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment. It comes from taking action even when it's hard. They know they cannot learn to ride a bike by only watching a video. They have to get on the bike first. They might fall, but then they try again. It's the same with everything in life. They also spend time and energy to become better. They read books, learn new skills. For them, learning is like putting money in a bank for their brain. So, imagine two people. They both go to a job interview, and they both don't get the job. The person with a rich mindset thinks, okay, interesting. My CV needs work. I need to practice that one question. Good feedback. Next. And this is so true with learning English. If they make a mistake, they don't cry and delete Duolingo. They go, nice! Now I know what to fix. They see mistakes as teachers, not bullies. Sometimes they even laugh and say, thanks, mistake. Good lesson. What about people with a poor mindset? Before you say anything, these aren't bad people, okay? They just think in a way that makes life more difficult. People with a poor mindset see the world like a scary movie. They always think something bad will happen. They often think, I am not good enough. Other people are more lucky. They are very scared to try new things. Before they start, they already think of 10 reasons why it will not work. They never think, what if it does work? They always have an excuse. It's too difficult. I don't have time. I can't do it. Because of that, they focus on excuses instead of answers. It's just easier, and they like to feel good now. They don't think about tomorrow, even if it makes life harder later. Like, why save money when I can buy boba 3 times today? Yeah, I know that one hurts. Sorry. Anyway, let's go back to that same job interview example. What would the poor mindset person say when they don't get the job? Well, I knew it. It's not my fault that the boss doesn't like me. Life is not fair. They blame everyone and everything. And when it comes to learning English, it's the same story. They make one small mistake and think, I am so bad at this. My English is terrible. Then, they stop trying. They give up before they even really start. It's like they fall once and think they can never walk again. So here's the thing. Two people can have the same life, face the same problems, but one person grows, gets better, and is happy. The other person stays in the same place and is always complaining. The difference is their mindset, the way they see the world. And if you listen to this and you think, oh no, maybe I have a poor mindset. Don't worry, here is the good news. You're not stuck with one mindset forever. You can change it. Your mindset is more like a muscle. It's like a gym for your brain. What you train grows. If you train fear, fear gets stronger. But if you train growth, that growth muscle gets stronger. It's just as simple as that. And let me be real with you for a second. A few years ago, I had a poor mindset too. I remember wanting to buy a good book to learn new things. But I thought, what if it's not good? I will waste my money. So I didn't buy the book. Sure, I didn't fail, but I also didn't grow. I was stuck in the same place and honestly, not very happy. Then one day, a friend told me something that made me think. She said, Leo, you are so scared of losing the small things that you miss the big things in life. That one sentence changed me a lot. I started to ask myself, what if I succeed? What if this is the thing that changes everything? I started trying new things, even small ones, and life got better. Not because I was suddenly lucky, but because I changed my mindset. So stop thinking in fear, my friend. Start thinking in growth. And you know what's funny? Once I started changing my own mindset, I started seeing the world in a completely new way. It was like leaving a dark room and seeing light again. That brings me to a really cool idea I want to share with you. It's about two different mindsets of seeing the world. Let's call them thinking small and thinking big mindset. So a thinking small mindset means you always think there's not enough. People with this mindset see the world like a small cake. If you get a big piece, they get a small piece. They see other people win and think, now I cannot win. They're always worried about running out of time, of love, or whatever they can think of. Thinking big mindset is different. It means you believe there's enough for everyone, and you can create more. People with this mindset don't get upset when someone else wins. They feel inspired. They think, wow, that's amazing. If they can do it, maybe I can learn from them. They are happy for others. They see the world as a big place where everyone can make their own success. You hear it in their questions. There's no time becomes, what's one small step I can take? They're so lucky becomes, what can I learn from them? When you finally leave the dark room, you see a different world. Same life, new eyes, a completely new feeling. And this kind of not enough mindset often makes us do one very sad thing. It makes us play small. Playing small is the biggest dream killer. I'm not even joking. It's not failure. Just play small. Some people like to call it being realistic. Everyone has big dreams. They want to start something, travel, create, learn, but then they start listening to that little voice in their head. Or sometimes it's other people's voices saying, be realistic. That's for other people, not for you. Don't be stupid. And so they make their dreams smaller and smaller until they disappear completely. Guys, let's just be honest. Sometimes being realistic is just another word for being scared. We say I'm being realistic because it sounds stronger than I'm scared to try. I remember I had a chance to learn how to build a simple website. I was so excited, but I was also very, very scared. Two voices were fighting in my head. Yeah, two Leos in one head. One voice said, "You're not a tech person. What if you fail? What if it's too hard and people laugh at you?" The other voice said, "What if it's amazing? What if this is the skill that changes everything for you?" My hands were actually shaking, but I had to make a decision. So I told myself, "Okay, Leo, you're scared. That's fine. Being scared is normal, but you're going to try anyway." Now, when I think about it, that line, "try anyway," it sounds like something Gwen would say. Back to the story. Yeah, I did try, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Of course, it was not perfect. Some parts were much harder than I thought, but I learned so much. I grew so much, and most importantly, I proved to myself that I could do hard things. So, you don't need to be fearless. Nobody is fearless. Everyone is scared sometimes. You just need to be honest with yourself. Yes, I'm scared, but I will try anyway. And that's real bravery. And that has nothing to do with luck. But you might be wondering, Leo, how do I get that bravery? Well, let me tell you a secret. It comes from small daily habits. Because mindset isn't just about thinking different, it's about what you do every single day. So, what do people with a rich mindset actually do? First, they choose time over comfort. They know that an easy today often means a hard tomorrow. So they're okay with a little uncomfortable now for a bigger reward later. It's like choosing to study for 20 minutes instead of watching one more TikTok video. Second, they learn from everything. When they succeed, they ask, "Why did this work?" Because to them, there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. Third, if there's no door, they build one. They don't sit around waiting for a chance to knock. They are the chance. They don't say, "Nobody gave me a chance." They say, "I'll make my own luck." Fourth, they protect their energy because it is very important. They know they can't say yes to everything, so they learn to say no to things that don't help them grow. And fifth, they ask better questions. The questions you ask yourself are so important. They shape how you see the world. So, instead of, "Why does this always happen to me?" they ask, "How can I grow from this?" Instead of asking, "Why am I not good enough?" they ask, "How can I get better? What skills do I need to learn?" Do you see how different these questions are? Same situation, but completely different questions lead to completely different results. There's a famous saying I love, "You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your habits." It means that having big goals is nice, but what really matters is what you do every single day. Your daily habits are what will get you there or keep you stuck, so make them good ones. And speaking of powerful habits, there's one that's so simple we often miss it. It's the habit of saying thank you. Hear me out, guys. Being thankful isn't just some soft yoga quote you see on Instagram. It's a real power move for your brain. It trains your brain to find the good things. Most of us wake up and our brain immediately goes, "Ugh, it's Monday again." Our brains just see what's wrong, what's missing. But rich mindset, they wake up and think about what they're thankful for. Maybe it's small things like, "I'm grateful I have a bed. I'm grateful I have food. I'm grateful my family is healthy." You see what you have instead of what you don't have. And the best part, you don't need to be perfect to be grateful. You can start right now. So try every morning before you check your phone, just say thank you for one small thing. Thank yourself for showing up. That alone is progress. All these things. The mindset, the habits, the grateful, they come together in one big idea. It's the story you tell yourself every day. Everyone is the main character in their own movie. But what kind of movie is it? Is it a sad story, a boring story, or an exciting story about growth? Which story do you think makes your life better? If your story says, I'm unlucky, I can't change, I'm not smart enough, well, you'll keep living that story. Not because it's true, but because you'll act like it is. But if your story says, I'm learning, I'm growing, you'll live that story instead. The coolest part? You are the writer of your story. If you don't like the chapter you're in, you can turn the page and start a new one. You don't have to wait for anyone to say yes. How do you start writing a better story? Change the words you use. It's really simple. Just start small. Start with your words. When you want to say, I can't, stop. Add one magic word, I can't. Yet. Then change it to, I'm learning how to do this. Then say, I will do this. Finally, you will say, I can do this. See how the story changes? You're the same person, but the story changed completely. From I can't to I can. That's how you rewrite your story. And you don't need to ask anyone, can I, to do it. You just need to be strong inside and try one more time. So think about the words you say to yourself every single day. Are they helping you grow, or are they keeping you small and scared? If someone talks to you like you talk to yourself, will you still be friends with them? Most of us are so mean to ourselves. Like seriously, for no reason at all. So start being kind to yourself. Start believing that trying already means you're growing. I know change is hard and scary, especially if you've been disappointed before. But always thinking, what if I tried, is scarier than trying and failing. So imagine yourself 5 years from now. Do you want to be the same, or do you want to grow? The choice is yours. Nobody else can make this for you. All right, we've talked about a lot today. But before we finish, I want to leave you with this. You are not your past thoughts. Just because you thought something yesterday or last week doesn't mean you have to think it today. You are the thinker. You are the one who chooses the thoughts. And when you change your thoughts, you change your direction. Start small. Please don't try to change everything at once. That's too hard. Just start with one small thing. Ask yourself one better question tomorrow morning. Write down one thing you're thankful for. Take one small step towards something you want. The rich mindset isn't about having money in your bank account. It's the power to choose, to grow, to create your own life instead of just accepting what happens to you. And hey, if you can change your Wi-Fi password, you can definitely change your mindset. Thank you for staying with me today. I know Gwen wasn't here, but you stayed. That means a lot. This is Podcast and Chill. I'm Leo, and I'll see you in the next episode.